What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Reel Junkies. I am your host, Farron, here again with my man Vito, reviewing a remake of The Running Man, the original 1987 Running Man. Got a remake now in 2025, starring Glenn Powell, Vito's favorite up-and-coming action star, who has been taking Hollywood by storm.
It's crazy because I don't think we talked about Glenn Powell last week while we were recording. I think we talked about it afterwards. And one of the comments on the page last week, because we were talking about them forcing actors on us, and
Mhm.
somebody brought up Glenn Powell. I was like, yeah,
He
100%, hundred
Yes.
percent.
We know we definitely talked about how he's in the Taylor Kitsch, Sam Worthington conversation of just like the I
Okay,
heard somebody else say this and I
throw
didn't really
Chris
think
Pratt in there
about it.
too.
You could throw Chris Pratt in there too, sure, but I don't think Chris Pratt is viewed in the same way that the
He's
other two
not.
actors I named are
Because
viewed.
Chris Pratt had a rise that we were able to really notice, but
Yeah,
Glenn Powell, it seemed like, and he had been in shit before. It's
yeah,
just like he was like a really background character, where Chris Pratt was I don't want to say side character, but he was kind of like a side character. He would come on a few episodes, go away, come on a few
yeah.
episodes, go away. He wasn't on every episode, but and I
What was the
when I'm
TV
talking
show he
about
was on before
Parks and
Guardians?
Recs.
Parks and Rec, that's what it was called.
He was on a lot of those episodes. He had a lot of storylines or a lot of storylines that involved him. But Glenn Powell would have been like the nigga in the background. It's like, oh yeah, I have a question, and then they'd be like, okay, we're done. you
Yeah,
know?
like he
And
wouldn't have that much screen time, yeah.
then the nigga was just in movies. It's like,
Just
oh,
out the
okay,
blue.
cool. And again, he's not. I don't think he's a terrible actor. It's just maybe he just hasn't had a role that I'm like, oh, he killed that shit. Because
Yeah.
even with this movie, dog, which I did not hate. I thought I was gonna hate it, because again, Glenn Powell was in it. So I kind of went in there was, not being objective for the most part. But I'm like,
Mhm.
it's not that bad. It's really not a bad movie at all. But I just don't see him as being that guy. There's a scene at the beginning of the movie where he like slams his hand on the table, and he tells the guy like what do you say? Oh, because he had his daughter. The
He
guy's
had
like,
his
"Oh, you
daughter,
bring her here to
yeah.
try to guilt trip me." He's like, I didn't bring her there to guilt trip you. I brought her here to stop me from snapping your neck or some shit like that."
Yeah, from banging your face on the table or against the
Yeah, that's
wall,
what
some
he
shit
said,
like
and,
that,
and it was
yeah.
just funny because like when he slapped the table, it didn't make a sound.
It made a sound, don't do that.
That shit was
Now
like.
you gassing it now.
So I just watched the original today, and we already talked about these 80s action movies and just how most of them are not good movies, but they're entertaining because they were just action movies.
They
It's some
worked for
shit.
the time period they were made
Yeah,
in,
turn your
yeah.
brain off, watch this movie, enjoy yourself. You ain't got to think a lot. It's a good movie, and a lot of these movies have some very, I don't want to say serious, but they had some very real undertones to them. But
Okay.
I just don't see Glenn Powell as that guy, especially when you compare him up against Arnold. It's like Arnold
Yeah.
is he's an action star, and his acting is not his terrible, 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 terrible. Um,
Most action stars though aren't, but like that to your point, we don't really have the true action star. And I know we've had this conversation a little bit before, but that's not really a thing anymore. Like there really aren't, and I was thinking about this earlier today after we had that conversation. Like the genre stars in Hollywood is kind of like a dying art form.
yeah,
Like
hundred
where
percent.
this particular actor is a star in this genre and they just own this genre. Like I feel like you don't see as much of that anymore, like whether it be action, comedy, horror, whatever. Like I feel like that was a thing back in the day that's kind of starting to phase out now.
Hmm.
And to your point, we're just getting people who are either regular dramatic actors who are popping into action roles here or there, or we get a situation like a Glenn Powell where you're getting this new leading man that Hollywood's really, really trying to push. So now we need to find these high profile films to put them in to make them the leading man so that we can sell them to the audience.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think to Glenn Powell's credit, what I think separates him from like a Taylor Kitsch or a Sam Worthington so far is I actually think he's operating within himself within a lot of these roles. Like, I actually was very convinced by his performance in this. I didn't think he was trying too hard. I didn't think he was doing anything too much or trying to like overact to live up to the moment. Like I think he acted within the skill set that I've seen him in some of his previous work and delivered a pretty solid, convincing performance in this. He plays Ben Richards, who's down on his luck dude. He's been fired from several jobs for insubordination, but they give you a little bit of detail into why he's getting fired. Essentially, he's like sticking his neck out for his employees or his coworkers, and he's doing it in a way that kind of pisses off management. So
Well,
he keeps getting
and
fired because of situations similar to that.
yeah, it's a dystopian future. So the first one is a dystopian future as well, and it's funny because it takes place in 2017.
I mean, damn near.
And to the first takes place in 2017. I don't think this one gives us a time frame,
Oh
but
yeah, I don't remember it telling us the
they
year.
they don't like in this one they don't like unions. Like that was the reason he got fired from the last job. It's like you shouldn't have went to go talk to the union. And he's like, I was just asking questions about some shit that happened. So like I said, like it's a very and it's not even a government. Like I said, in the first one, the government controlled everything, and the Running Man series and everything. In this one, it's a corporation now.
Yeah.
I did see, like I said, after watching it, I see, and I can't agree with you on that because I do feel like there were times where I'm like, "Ugh," like I just don't feel it. What's the scene from it was a Key and Peele sketch
Yeah,
where
they have so many, man. You
he's a
I'm still discovering Key and Peele sketches I haven't
which
seen
is
to this day.
crazy because I'm
To
pretty
this
sure I've seen
day.
every episode. But there's a they're doing a like a crime film, and it's two black guys, obviously, because it's them two. They do most of that shit. And they finish with the scene, and the director's like, "All right, cut, cut, cut." And he goes to the one guy. He's like, "You did amazing, this and this," and he has a British accent.
Mhm.
And then he goes to the other guy who's like from, I think they said it was Baltimore or some shit, but he's like supposed to be from the hood, like really grew up in that shit, sold drugs, went to prison,
Mhm.
and then started acting. And the guy's like, I just don't believe it. I don't feel it. I
I just
just,
don't believe
I
it.
just don't see it. So like, or what was it? Malibu's Most Wanted.
I did see that one. I did see that. You said Malibu's Most Wanted?
Yeah, when it because they were actors. What was it?
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting his
Tay
other?
Diggs and
Tay Diggs
Anthony
and
Anderson.
Anthony Anderson. He's
Yeah.
like, no, 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 no. He's like, you don't feel it.
You know,
And that's just how
this
I
ain't no
feel.
picnic, bitch. Shout out to Malibu's Most Wanted. That movie's a classic. I
That's
love
how I
I love
felt
that movie.
with this. Like I said, like there were a bunch of not getting into any specifics. There were a lot of scenes in this movie where I was like, okay, I don't hate this. I don't hate this.
Yeah.
But then I think what it was I think most of the times that he was doing like monologuing, I like those scenes. Those
Yeah.
those scenes were okay with me, but it
Okay.
still felt like it was a bit much. I don't know why. When he was trying to be tough with people, that's where I was like, all right, this kind of I could do without this. Cause I mean, he really wasn't killing niggas like that.
I mean,
He
he
killed some niggas. Don't
I'm about to say he got
and
a few niggas up out of there.
he also killed some niggas accidentally. Where actually he didn't kill them. They killed themselves.
Yeah.
But he really wasn't trying to kill niggas. So when you watch the movie, you like going into it. And I guess I never seen the original until today. I thought I seen it before, never seen it. Um, that was a nigga that Arnold was killing niggas. He was in
Yeah.
that bitch snapping niggas' necks, setting niggas on fire. And this one, it took a lot for him to actually start killing people.
Yeah. So having not seen the original one, based on seeing this, like the remake, there's a few like key takeaways that I think I don't know if they were present in the original or not, and I don't know what the differences are, but in this one I picked up on a lot of strong messaging about classism and just greed and how wealth can corrupt people
Don't
into
forget about
oppressing
the
certain groups,
dangers of AI and
the
fooling
dangers
people.
of AI, but even like I mean
All that
this
shit is in the
movie
original.
yeah, but this movie, I feel like is making a lot of commentary on certain aspects of real life. Like the movie, the core reason of why the events of the movie take
Mhm.
place is because healthcare is too expensive for Ben Richards' daughter.
And
You know what I'm saying?
she's sick with something that
It
I
was
would
like the
just say
flu.
she's sick with the flu.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't nothing that is like you hear it. It's like obviously the flu is serious, but
yeah,
like it wasn't a disease where you hear it and you're like, oh shit. Like it wasn't one of them. It was they say, yeah, she's got the flu. They don't know how much longer she has. I'm like, healthcare is
because
this
she
bad.
can't get the proper meds.
Yeah.
It's
And
that
it's like
expensive.
health. Yeah. So it's like once that became, like, the central theme of the story, I kinda got an idea of the themes the movie was heading for and the type of message it was trying to deliver. It felt like this based on what you're describing from the original, it felt like this was trying to be a little more of a more serious take, not too serious. Like, I could tell they still wanted the tone of this movie to be lighthearted enough and come and have a good time.
They don't wanna be super serious.
We don't wanna be super serious, but we want you to take this more seriously than you did the original. And that is probably like the only part of this movie that I think it kind of fails in sometimes is in managing those two tones because there's some very over the top action set pieces in this, like very over the top, like very almost cartoonish at certain points. And it's like the movie literally asks you to pivot from like watching one of the most cartoonish over the top scenes you've ever seen to then going, but all right, no, like for real now, y'all, like this part's serious. So like this part we need y'all to lock in.
Yeah.
But all right, now we back to the bullshit. And it like I don't think it like flip flops through those tones effectively. It's like
I'm
kind
not
of
gonna lie,
jarring a little
dog.
bit.
One of my favorite parts in this movie was a very cartoonish kill scene. Um,
Yeah.
and it was the Michael Cera scene.
Bro, Michael Cera, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Michael
The
Cera. I was not expecting to
At
enjoy
all,
his
at all.
character as
I
much
wasn't
as I
expecting him
did.
in this movie. I didn't see
Yeah.
him in any of the trailers, and when I seen him, I'm looking at him like, that kinda I'm like, "That's not
Yeah.
Michael Cera, though. It's just
Yeah.
not." And then they showed, like, they're staring at him. I'm like, "Okay, that's Michael
Shit.
Cera."
Yeah.
And, like you said, where it gets real serious and then cartoony, he goes through this whole monologue about something that happened to him that shaped him into the person he is.
A very
Very
serious,
serious.
deep monologue.
Then the nigga's just like, "Monster?"
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's like the same thing people complain about Marvel movies now. Like
Yeah,
how they'll have like very serious scenes that are supposed to have a lot of dramatic weight, and then they'll like follow it up with a joke. It's like now's not the time.
yeah, you don't have to
Now what
sandwich it like that.
yeah, you don't gotta sandwich it like that. Like sometimes you just deliver the message as it is and let the audience sit with it. Like we don't need that to be followed up with a joke. I feel like
Right.
this movie did that a little too much at points. And I'm not gonna say it overshadowed the message because the movie I think effectively got
Yeah,
across the point it was trying to
100%.
get across, but it made it a little harder for me to take it as serious at certain points on the parts where I could tell the movie wanted you to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it did a good job of managing those two tones. Um, and then
Let me
outside of that, I just think some of the side characters that weren't outside of Coleman Domingo and outside of Josh Brolin, the other side characters in this movie are very forgettable.
Before you get into the side characters, let me do something.
Okay.
Obviously, one, shout out to Jamie Lawson.
You didn't let this nigga copied my whole fucking flow. It's
Shout
like,
out to
nah.
Jamie Lawson.
Shout out to Jamie
Um,
Lawson. He beat me to it,
and
Jamie.
then
But I was
I
gonna
don't
give you the shout out first. He
first
beat
of
me
all,
to it, Jamie.
that's my thing, okay?
He beat
You
me. He
find
beat me to it,
you
Jamie. I
find
was gonna
out
give
the
you the
whole
shout out
thing.
first.
Shout out to the black queens in this film. Jamie Lawson. I don't know how to say her name. Olunike Adeli, something like that. I'm pretty sure I got the first name, I'm pretty sure. Butchered their last name for sure. And to roll into what you were saying, um, uh, something that dropped this movie down for me, something that actually that we was just talking about. A few of the things that we're just talking about. One, um, British actors playing Americans, being like hood type shit, and kind of like they're pushing a serious message, and then again cartoony, and
Yeah.
he was just a cartoony ass character. Fucking Spencer James, what's his real name? Daniel Ezra.
Called this nigga
Fucking
Spencer
that's
James.
that's his character on
In
All
All
American.
American, all
Yeah,
that.
fuck him. Fucking British motherfucker.
Is he
I
British for real? I actually didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I don't hate him in this movie, but I just remembered he
He
was
was okay.
British. Yeah,
Yeah, he was
he he
okay.
he wasn't all American. I'll put it like that. Because all American, his
Yeah.
act, I think all of his acting in there is terrible. I think he definitely had more of a dialect coach in this film because um you can kind of see British actors um kind of see who they are because they speak they speak slower.
Yeah.
So think about what's his fucking Idris Elba when he's
Mhm.
playing Stringer Bell, and then look at him now when he's playing an American character. It's a lot more. It flows a lot better. But he's one of those characters. He was a character that was. It was just it felt weird. It felt very odd, And I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do this anonymous, underground type deal, but it
Mhm.
just came off as like, yeah, I wanna be hidden, but also it's very comical. Like, the nigga looked like a jester.
Bro, literally, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that. I was like, "Why they got him in this clown ass suit?" Giving, like, this underground power to the people message. Like, what the
Dog.
fuck is this? No, it was, like, that's why I was saying, like, I think some of the side characters were a little weak. Like, they're not awful, like, they're not just, like, so terrible, but, like, they were
Mhm.
not really effective. Like, I kinda didn't really give a fuck about them, honestly, and I don't know if that was the goal, but, like, outside of Coleman Domingo and Josh Brolin were the only supporting characters that I thought actually brought something to the movie. The rest of
And
them were just kinda there.
I honestly, Imma just say really Josh Brolin. Coleman Domingo, again, he wasn't bad, but he was just like he had a few lines and he was there for the entertainment factor of the show. So,
Yeah.
like, he didn't have a lot of scenes. And like
Mhm.
you say, they introduced one side character. Was that the third? That had to be that was the third act, or was that the end of the second act?
Which, are you talking about the car scene?
Mhm.
That was, like, I would say probably beginning of the 3rd act if I had to ballpark it.
And it was just like, what the fuck are we doing? If we would have
Yeah.
had a seen her in some spots here and there throughout the
She just
thing,
popped up
she just
out of
pops up.
just pops up and then just becomes a central part
A
of the rest of
very
the
central
story.
part.
I was like, "Where the fuck
Very
she come
central.
from?" It was just very random, and she wasn't bad either. Like, I
No.
thought her acting was I don't have the actress name in front of me. I didn't recognize
Dude,
her from
I
anything.
could not, because I can't remember her name. I thought it
But
was
she
an
actually did decent. I was like, "Where
she
why
honestly,
is
she
this
was one of the
character just
better
now just
characters
coming out the blue?" And so,
as
yeah,
far as
let me say
acting
that.
wise.
Yeah, let me say that. She's probably the only other side character I would say that actually, like, had some kinda impact on the rest of the story, but it was the way they introduced her was just very jarring. It was like, boom, here's this character that hasn't been referenced, talked about, brought up in any way, shape, or form prior to this, and they
At
are
all.
now a central part of the rest of the 3rd act and the climax. I was just like, "What?" It's just very random. It just I haven't really seen that. I can't think of another situation where a movie's done that, where they've just introduced a character in the 3rd act that wasn't referenced or talked about before. Like, usually when they do that, it's a character that they mention by name throughout the
Right.
movie, and then they finally reveal them in the 3rd act. Like,
It was nothing.
this was out of left field, this
And she
character.
plays a very pivotal role in the film. And I
Yes.
think, like you said, like, even leading up to that, so, again, I always say I have one score when we go into this, and then it changes throughout our review process, because we talked about that car scene, but leading up to there's a lot of like, I don't want to say storylines, but there's a lot of plot points where I feel like they started something and then they just stopped.
Yeah.
The fucking cast is stacked. This this was a very stacked cast, and I don't know if they wanted this movie to be longer and then they ended up getting cut, which makes sense.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of fucking actors in here. Like you said, you already got Glenn Powell, you got Jamie Lawson, you got Josh Brolin, Coleman Domingo, you got was it Sean Grayson, Sean, can't remember his name. You got Michael Cera, you got Daniel Ezra, um, was something Zava. He plays Lieutenant Batista on Dexter.
David
Daniel
Zaya?
Zava. Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Zaya. You have a lot of actors in here that pop up and you kinda don't see them again. Like,
Yeah. No, and I think really the only like I said, the only ones the 3 that we've named are really the only ones that have pivotal roles. I guess you could say Daniel Ezra, he's probably the only other side character that like has a real impact.
yeah,
And Michael well, let me say Michael Cera too. Really as far as side characters that I think left an impression, like leaving the theater, it would really be Coleman, Josh, and I do got to throw Michael Cera
you
in there
gotta
too.
throw
Even
Michael
though
Cera in there
Michael Cera
because
is
that
not in the
shit,
movie a lot, that he makes the most out of the screen time
the
he
time
has.
that he's in there, like, not
He makes
only
the
is the
most of it.
shit it's funny, but it's also like, you're like, "Yo, this," and he keeps going,
Yeah,
so,
it's
like I
very
said, I
effective
wasn't expecting
humor.
nigga to
Yeah,
see the nigga in here. I thought that humor was done well, but I did still think that some of the ways
it
that
was just misplaced, like just
some
because
of the
of
ways that he was killing people was misplaced. Like, after watching the original, I understand why. There's a character in the original who, Imma just tell you, so not in this one, they call them hunters.
Mhm.
In the original, they call them stalkers. And they send up, and in this one, they can run anywhere in the US. I think anywhere, period.
Mhm,
and just don't get caught. And the original, I think they give them like 400 square blocks,
mhm.
some shit like that. I don't know. It's a very small and it's like an arena type deal. But the first they send the hunters out one by one or the stalkers. The first stalker is called Professor Sub Zero. So again, let you know how goofy this is.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, before I even get into that, got Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got Jim Brown, you got Jesse Ventura. So so
Jim Brown.
yeah, so if you thought like this shit was never going to be serious, but again, I had never seen it till today.
Yeah,
I seen the they all both called the Running Man, but I seen the remake before I seen the original. So you got Professor Sub Zero. He comes out first. He goes for the kill. He dies in a very comical fucking way.
yeah.
The next two people that come out is a guy with two chainsaws on his hands. On his like he's runs around with two chainsaws. If you seen Chainsaw,
Literally like Chainsaw Man?
yeah, if you seen Chainsaw Man, you got two chainsaws that he carries around. Like but he has them like rifle slings, so like he can drop them by his side, and he's on the motorcycles, and then he picks it up, cuts through some shit. The second guy that came out with him was Dynamo. Dynamo is covered in like Christmas lights, and he shoots like electricity at people. Again, this is 1987. The
Bro, get the f
so so the what's the word I'm looking for? The special effects were not great. The
yeah.
last hunter, or I'm sorry, they have two more hunters. The last one is played by Jim Brown, and he's called Fireball. Again, the
Seems
80s.
self-explanatory.
The 80s, these
Yeah.
action stars, he just has a flamethrower. Niggas just walking around with a flamethrower trying to kill shit. The last one is Jesse Ventura.
Mhm.
He they end up his own people end up killing him, but after they fake him killing Ben Richards because Arnold Schwarzenegger is also called Ben Richards in that one. Um, and he looked like a gladiator. They had him in some like crazy get up, but he changed it.
Okay.
Um, Now getting back to the movie that we came to review, I originally thought that this was a sequel because you see multiple times in the movie where they flash money. And whose
And it's
face
got
is on it?
Arnold's face on
Fucking
it?
Arnold's
Yeah.
face is on the fucking money.
That confused me for a minute too, so I was like, "Is this like a soft reboot
Yeah,
where it's like it's a reboot, but it's like following up the original, not necessarily remaking it?" But then after a while, once I like did a little more research, I was like, "Oh no, this is a straight up remake. Like it's not connected to the original."
because I think they also said, like, in this one, they said, like, this is year 49 or something, 48 or something like that. So you're
Mhm.
like, okay, the original came out in 1987. That can still make sense.
Yeah.
But then they talk about how they've only had like one person last 29 days where it's supposed to be 30. And the
Yeah.
original is 3 hours.
Mhm.
Like you said, it's confusing. I'll put it like that. If I was
Yeah.
somebody that seen the original and then came to see this one, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. It sounds like they made a lot of changes in this remake that aren't really reflected in the original one. And
I don't hate them though.
yeah, I'm kinda glad they did, honestly. I think the path they chose for this remake definitely sounds like it was a much better way to adapt this to a modern audience,
Mhm.
and it works for what this movie was trying to convey and the message it was trying to get across, I think works with the changes they decided to make. I will say the idea of 'cause when you said the original one takes place in an arena, I
Mhm.
thought about it 'cause I was thinking about this when I was watching it, like,
It's an arena, but it's like it takes place in like let's say like a rundown neighborhood.
okay, so it's like a small abandoned town, basically.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, see, because this one takes place amongst civilians. And when there's a certain scene, I know exactly you know what scene I'm talking about, where there's 3 different runners. Got Ben Richards, and
Oh,
you got 2 other running men slash
Weiss,
women.
which Weiss is actually I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Weiss is a fucking SNL writer and he does those sketches with the three dudes. He's one of them.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. I was not hip. But yeah, we got 3 different running men, and they all fit different archetypes that you find out later are pivotal parts to the show that these 3 archetypes are filled. And there's a scene, I'm not gonna go too deep into what happens, but there's a scene where one of the running men gets caught by the hunters in a very, very public space.
Or they do not give a fuck.
And they don't give two shits about collateral damage. Like that shit was kind of that's the part that made it a little too cartoony for me. Cause like I don't care how powerful this corporation is. I don't care. Like at a certain point, you're not telling me civilians are just letting that
But
ride.
they explained it. They said this they own they own the
They own the news.
they own the news. They say they own the government. Like
Yeah. So they get
they
to control the
control the
messaging.
government. Like
Yeah.
the government is not in charge. This
Yeah.
corporation is in charge. So like the laws that are in place, they don't follow them. So like
Yeah.
like you said, I get what you're saying, but like that casino shootout, all they're gonna do is be like, she was shooting up
That was
people.
her.
And
Yeah.
they're gonna put it on the news and they're gonna show clips of her shooting up people. And then the
Yeah.
people that was there are gonna be like, maybe
That
that
ain't what
did happen.
happened. Yeah.
Well, because when bullets start flying, you're gonna be up watching trying to see who.
Yeah, you ain't really you just trying to get out. So you gonna look back, you right, and be like, shit, maybe that is how it went down. I don't know. That's a fair point. And that is a fair point. They do drive that home in this about how powerful this corporation is and how much they can control the messaging and what the masses and the public does and doesn't see. They do drive that point home that this company does have that much power. But that shit did take me out of the movie for a quick minute. I was like, nah,
No,
hold
it
on.
was like it was very even the way that
Cause
she was
they
escaping, I'm like, how
yeah.
the fuck did they not? I mean, honestly, a lot of times that he was getting shot at, same thing. I'm like, you're running down a hallway. They're shooting from one end of the hallway,
You ain't
and
zigzagging nothing.
no zigs completely missing. And again, we
They
get it.
stormtroopers, bro.
We
That's
get
all
it.
you gotta chalk it up to that. They
It's a movie,
stormtroopers.
so it has to happen.
Mhm.
But something like, I mean, it's not like he was almost out of the hallway. He ran like
He running down this mug, like,
he
he
like,
got some ways to
bro.
go.
And these supposed to be like
Trained killers.
trained killers.
Yes,
And
these
these
are supposed to be
niggas,
trained killers. Yeah,
like I said,
that was
stormtroopers.
yeah, stormtroopers for sure, and that was like that public scene where the hunters caught one of the running men, like, out in the open and, like, how that scene went down, that was where I was like, "Alright,
You
I
know
can
what
suspend my"
Weiss's
You said what?
Weiss's or the girls?
The girls.
Okay. Weiss's was
Yeah.
funny too because it was like he was just doing dumb shit.
Dumb shit. But that one didn't take me out of the movie though. And
Yeah,
like you knew when that character was introduced, I was like,
he was gonna die.
you know, there's just certain characters where the minute they're introduced in the movie, I'm like, he's not making it. Like I don't even need to see anything else. He was one of
I
those.
mean,
So that one was whatever. Her and I kind of figured her character probably wasn't gonna make it either.
the way she
But
went out
it
though,
was
that was even more comical.
the way she went out was crazy. But it was just the chase to get her was like, there's no way. You mean to tell me no one caught this on a cell phone? What was really happening or nothing? Y'all just gonna let this ride that they can just come into public spaces and do this
They were not.
to people who are not a part of the Running Man game? Like
It
these
felt
people that
like
are
they
here
weren't
are
even
not a part of this.
trying.
They were that's the other part. They weren't it wasn't even the fact that there was so much collateral damage. It was just so careless that they didn't even give a fuck.
Mhm. Y
Like they
Well,
straight up didn't care.
I mean, like, there's no way that you wouldn't have hit her. But again, it's a movie, and because there's a scene where the main bad guy, I guess he's not the main bad guy, but for the majority of the movie, he's the main bad guy.
The main
It's
hunter, like the lead
Captain
hunter.
McCone,
McCone, yeah.
played by Lee Pace, which his character is comical in itself, but also he's not that great of a shot until he is.
Mhm.
Until he is, and he kills a nigga with one shot to the head in a moving car from a helicopter. And you're
Yeah,
like,
no,
okay,
the
but you could
accuracy
kill
isn't there
this
until the
woman.
script needs it to be. Yeah, that's really what it is. The accuracy ain't there until the script needs it to be.
And you know
Come on
why?
now.
You know what it is that takes me out of it a bit? It's because when I think of Stephen King, which I'm sorry, I don't think we said that. The original Running Man was a book written by Robert Bachman, who is the pen name that Stephen King uses
Mhm.
for not all his scary shit. I think that's another problem that I have with it. It's like when I think of Stephen King, I think of I'm not about to watch this. This is a
Yeah,
horror. I'm not about to
yeah.
watch this. I'm good. I don't need this. And you watch it, and it's so fucking goofy.
It's like the complete opposite tone of what Stephen
Yeah.
King's properties usually feel like, which is crazy also because we got two other Stephen King or on-screen Stephen King projects this year in The Long Walk, which we still need, which I'll admit I still need to see. Um,
I'm hearing so many different
I'm
I've heard
hearing
people
mostly
say it's
great things about it.
amazing, and then I heard people say, like, "That shit was dumb." So, like you said,
I'm
it's I'm hearing both
Yeah.
things.
The worst thing I've heard about it is it's incredible, but I'd never watch it again.
I've heard that one too.
Yeah, that's like the main thing I've heard. And then you had that, which I still need to check out. And then you had the TV show for it,
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Dairy.
Derry. So, which both of those, Welcome to Derry, I have seen, and I can
I heard that
confirm
I heard that one was, like, it's a hard watch, but it's good.
it's a hard watch at certain points. And I'm not trying to go on a Welcome to Derry rant because I can. Um, it's a hard watch because where the movie it does show violence against kids because the main characters are kids and Pennywise is an evil spirit that eats children. So like there's violence against kids in the movies, but it feels a little more subdued compared to this show. This show is just like, yeah, we're just gonna slime out as many children as possible. like like this the show kind of just went, yeah, the level of restraint that you saw Pennywise show here and there in the movies, we're just gonna throw that out the window here. Like, yeah, it's a hard watch in that sense. Like, and they don't really prepare you for it either. Like, you're just watching it, like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. You're like, oh shit, like that kid just got murked. Like, oh shit, no, that kid just got murked. Like, they just
Another one?
like these kids are gonna like brutally murder. Like,
My
this is
thing is, why are y'all still living in this fucking town when all these kids keep dying here? Mind you, I have not seen it. I'm not gonna see it,
they
but
do explain that. I'll
okay,
just say
okay,
that.
okay.
They do give reasons about how Pennywise has like influenced the mindset and culture of the
Okay.
town. Because without going too deep, Pennywise isn't a clown. He's like an evil spirit from outer space
Who
that's
dresses
like
up as a clown?
centuries old, and he can shapeshift into anything. He just chooses the clown form because it has sentimental value. But
You
like he can shapeshift into literally anything.
That's funny that you say that because I don't know if you was it Hip Hop Homies from Outer Space? In Living Color?
Homies from outer space.
It's like one of their skits or
It was
some
one of the
shit. It's
in living
like
cover skits.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like it's from something. It was from something that A. Wayans brothers did. I think
Hmm.
it's In Living Color, but it was like Hip Hop Homies from Outer Space. But bringing us back to The Running Man,
Yeah, the Stephen King property we came here to talk about.
I was watching again so many different TikToks about film come up, and
Mhm.
one of the guys was talking about that new Mark Wahlberg and Lakeith Stansfield movie on Amazon Prime.
Where the fuck have I been?
Again, it's Mark Wahlberg. I'm not too excited for it. And it's like he plays like a thief. They're stealing shit. Yeah, Kevin Hart just came out with one of these movies. What last year? Where they got to steal something from this big guy. But he talks about how back in the day, action stars or the heroes in these action movies had a code of conduct where they weren't. If somebody got injured, they would use them, but they were going out of their way to make sure that innocent people didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
And he was basically saying, like, now they don't give a fuck. Like they like,
yeah.
oh well, it happened, it happened. So
Mhm.
I was thinking about that and the scene where they off themselves in a motel because
Yep.
he's doing a lot of shit in there. Like you can't just be running around with explosives and think bad shit ain't gonna happen. And it's a whole thing, and once you watch it, you'll be like, "Okay, I get it, but also, why are these things here?"
Mhm.
It's very weird, but, like, he doesn't really but he's also not a hero in the sense that we usually get. He's
No,
not
yeah,
doing
Ben Richards is not really a hero, and he says
yeah.
that multiple
He's
times, like, "I'm
not
not a
doing this
hero."
for the good of people. He's not doing this for to set some type of message. He's doing this to provide for him for his family. And the original Ben Richards is a convicted felon,
Mhm.
wrongfully convicted. They don't get trial juries. They just get convicted.
Of
So
course.
it ain't no trial. So
Yeah.
one of the prizes in the original is a retrial by jury, a
I
pardon.
gotta survive trained assassins just to get a
Mhm.
fair trial?
A pardon, and I forgot what the other one was, but it was like, oh shit, because they put people there that Ben Richards was wrongfully convicted,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
they use some shit like I said in this one they use AI a lot. So like Ben Richards would play a video, and they would get the video, chop his shit up, and put it out to the masses. So when he's saying like yo, it's fucked up what happened originally when it plays on the show. They like, hey
Yeah,
man,
fuck
fuck them
yeah. I
people.
wanted that shit to happen. Fuck them and their kids. I'm like, damn. Like, all right.
So while we were talking about his acting, because obviously that wasn't really AI. I hope not. But I thought, like I said, when he was monologuing, even those AI monologues, I thought was good. It was
Yeah.
really only when he was talking to other people. He has a very emotional scene with Amelia, I think some shit like that. Amber, Amelia, I don't remember her name, the girl in the car.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, she probably like in all honesty, she probably still wouldn't care. But like I said, her acting, like she sold that shit.
Mhm.
She sold the fuck out of it. But I'm like, I'm just not convinced with this nigga, man. I'm
Yeah.
just not.
I I'm not totally convinced yet about him being like a new leading man in Hollywood or someone who should continue to get those opportunities. But I will say this movie didn't get me on the side of like, oh yeah, no more Glenn Powell.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
get that from this. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
this
agree
movie
with you
made
on
me
that
go
part.
like, you know what? I'm willing to give this a shot. For as long as y'all are going to force us to accept Glenn Powell as a new star in Hollywood, I'm willing to at least give him a shot.
And I'm only saying that because I didn't hate this movie.
Yeah.
I've watched some shit with Glenn Powell where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. Like
Yeah.
I used to want to watch some movies that he was in. Then I watched it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of fucking hate this. And then
Yeah.
box office, box office, box office, box office, shitty movie, shitty movie.
Mhm.
So now it's like where I was given the benefit of the doubt before, I'm going into them like this is gonna be ass. That Chad Power show, I can't even bring myself to watch it.
Yeah.
Fucking Joanna Man with white
With
men and
football,
football. So,
basically.
but like you said, like this one, it wasn't terrible. I do think there's some things that he can polish up on. He has weird ass facial things.
Especially with this character, because it's like his character is like very angry, like notoriously always mad.
Mhm.
And like seeing him try to like visualize that like through his facial expressions was kind of funny in some of them scenes. I'm like, ah,
It looked like it
you
hurts.
yeah, like it looked like
Like,
you really trying
do
right
you gotta
now.
take a shit right now? Like,
Like
what
I
is
was like,
happening?
it felt like somebody just said, "Hey, act mad," and he just said action, and then he's just like, "Oh fuck, okay." Like that's really what it felt like. I was like, you're like really trying right now.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of subtlety to that.
And that's what I mean when I say, like, I didn't really mind his most of his, monologues, but
Hmm.
then when he was speaking to people and he was mad, I'm like, "Really?"
Yeah.
And really, the way they build him, he starts as angry, and the reason he's angry at the beginning of the movie, like you said, he got fired for whatever reason and blacklisted. We forgot to add that part,
Yeah,
blacklisted.
he got blacklisted, so he couldn't work
And
nowhere else.
this corporation owns so many things in the US that when they blacklist you, you can't work anywhere
Hmm.
because they own every fucking thing. But you have a valid reason to be angry. You have a valid reason to be angry that you don't have enough money to do this. But the nigga was just angry, bro. And then he would stop at some point and he would be not angry and he would try to help somebody do something. And you're
Hmm.
like, okay, where did all that anger go? Where did all that I'm not this, I'm not that? So like I said, there's some plot lines that open up. One thing I am gonna spoil is there's a part in the movie where they mention DNA sniffers, and I gotta explain it because a
Where
DNA
did
s-
that go?
you didn't
They just brought that up
that's
and
how
then
they
just
found
said,
them. They brought it up so they can immediately use it.
"Yeah,
Literally 5 minutes within bringing it up,
like where did that
it
come
was
from?"
used
Yeah.
because they say there's multiple ways. So the way the game works is you can go anywhere, you go anywhere. And the people it's a US game. So if you're in the United States, anybody in the country can play the game. They could snap a picture of you, turn you in, they get some money for that. You know. But that's how the hunters are supposed to find you. But he has to do a specific action every day, and someone else says, "This is how they're tracking you. This is we know this is how they do it." And that ends. Like they don't touch that again. Then the DNA sniffer thing comes up. Soon as the DNA sniffer thing comes up, he goes for some reason he's walking on an interstate where there's a DNA sniffer at. And immediately after he sees it, they start chasing him. Like they
Yeah, it's like
right on his
immediate.
ass.
It was immediate. Yes.
So like I just like I said, maybe it's been this whole year because it's been so many movies this year that I've said it felt like it was more, and they cut it.
Mhm.
This one feels like it more than anything because, like I said, you can't have this many. Amy Lawson's character had like 3
Underutilized,
lines.
but I understand. I understand. I think it's for selfish reasons why I wanted her to have more screen time. So I acknowledge.
A-list. She's not an A-list actor right now.
Not yet. No, she
To me,
hasn't.
she is.
Absolutely. She was A-list to me after Sinners. She could have
Hey,
not done
to
shit
me and
else.
Sammy,
To me and Sammy, to me and Sammy, she is top tier.
she A plus. But you have a lot of actors in here that, like I said, they Sean Grayson. I can't remember this guy's name. He was on Dharma and Greg and Dharma or something like that. But
Okay.
he's in like a commercial on the show.
Hmm.
So it's like, okay, you only seen him once. And it's just so many actors you don't see. Or like I said, even the introduction of Daniel Ezra.
Yeah.
I'm like, one, it kind of came out of nowhere. I'm thinking this motherfucker about to be, because the way this
Yeah.
nigga talking about him, I'm gonna get big bro on you. I'm gonna get big bro. I'm gonna get big bro. I'm thinking it's gonna be a nigga that look like The Rock come out of nowhere.
Bro, that nigga Daniel Ezra pulled up. I'm like, this the nigga you was threatening him with?
Man, get this
Like,
British
come
nigga out
on,
my
bro.
fucking face.
Like, come on, gang. Like, what is we doing, bro? What do you think that was gonna do? Yeah.
But there's a lot of actors that don't get any. I mean, I don't even know, man. I can only say it so many times, hoping that people get the point that. And it's not a short movie. What is it? Hour 50, hour 40.
I think it was like a little over 2, if I'm not tripping. I don't remember the exact runtime, but I think it was like a little over 2. Like it wasn't that much more over 2 hours. But I think this was a solid remake though. I think
You can't
they're
say that.
s- you're right.
213.
Well, I can say that I don't feel like I had to have seen the original to say that. Like, just is the movie good? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean by that. Like,
What I would say is it was 100% better than the first one. Because when we talk about
wow.
cheesy shit,
Yeah.
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro. This nigga has a
Yeah.
one-liner after he does everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. Oh,
Yeah.
you kill it, kill a nigga with Christmas lights on. I guess Christmas coming early this year. Kill a
Yeah.
nigga with fire. Oh, burn in hell. It's something goofy, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
like, all right,
All
but it's
right.
again, that's the type of shit in the '80s that they were doing. So it
That
made sense
works.
at the time.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what? Like this is like to me the opposite of a situation like Total Recall. A similar situation about an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie remake where I didn't see the original,
You
but
didn't see Total Recall?
I don't think I've seen the original Total Recall.
Man.
If I have, I don't remember.
You know,
Because I'm gonna
I
be real, I've had situations where I've like I haven't seen this movie, and then someone will like show me scenes from it,
you're
and I'm
like, oh
like, oh
yeah, I
shit, I
did
have
see it.
seen this. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen the original Total Recall, and like I said, if I have, I genuinely don't
I
remember
was
it.
about to ask you how, but again, I'm looking at this in the rose tinted lenses.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that shit in so long. Back then, that shit was fucking fire. Same thing with True Lies. Who True
I
Lies had
have
a
seen True
remake.
Lies.
That's
Yeah.
one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, like, I have seen True Lies.
True
I ain't
Lies
that
had a
bad.
remake that was terrible. It was a TV show.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, shit! I have seen the original Total Recall. My bad, continue.
okay, so
I
Total
was looking through
Recall,
stuff for it now. Yes,
Total
it's coming
Recall
back to
had a
me.
remake with Colin Farrell and
That's the one I was
Bokeem
referring to.
Woodbine,
Bokeem Woodbine, and it was terrible.
the evil Dave Chappelle.
Evil Dave Chappelle, yes.
And then you had The Racer, which is a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which had a remake, which I don't remember that nigga name. He was like one of those teen stars that they thought was gonna pop off and never did. Then
Yes.
you got The Running Man. We got 4 fucking remakes to Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Give us True Lies, man. Give us a good one. Give us a good one. Or give us a what's the movie with him and
I honestly wouldn't mind a True Lies remake, actually. That might actually go crazy.
not again, not the TV show on fucking Paramount. Give us a fucking movie
Yeah.
where he gonna be killing niggas and he gonna be saying cool shit like "You're fired."
Yeah.
That is my favorite fucking line from almost any movie, dog. Because the shit was so goofy and funny. Niggas,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen True Lies, he's in a fucking jet. Okay, first,
Yeah. Yeah.
mind you, the Marines come. He tells them to get out. I'm going to get in this jet and go.
Yeah.
Goes. He fights a helicopter. Okay, a nigga falls on his jet. Is fighting him from the outside of his jet. The nigga rolls over to a missile, and on from the other side of the building are again his one-liners are fucking iconic. Because he also says in The Running Man, "I'll be back," which is funny. Because that's a
That's crazy.
Terminator
All
thing.
right.
And he goes, "You're fired." Fires the fucking missile. It hits the helicopter. The helicopter just so happens to come over here.
Mhm.
Hits the helicopter, blows up. Fucking amazing. I mean, it was really a terrible movie, but it's entertaining as shit.
You talking about the original True Lies?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a terrible
Again,
movie.
that's one of my favorite movies. That's a terrible movie.
No, that ain't. No, no. See, I don't. You don't get to put
When
this.
the last time you watched it?
It's been a couple years.
Go watch the
It's been a
movie.
couple
Go
years.
watch the
It's,
movie.
it's been like probably like 2-3 years since I've seen it.
The same thing I said about what's the last action movie? Cecil. Well, no, Cecil was a good movie. I like Cecil.
Cecil was good.
We watched the movie and I was like, it's a terrible movie. Like there's no chances at all. Most action movies don't have aren't in Oscar Oscar categories. Like they don't make it up there. But
That's some action movies that I think could have been nominated for
I do
Best
too.
Picture, though.
I don't think True Lies is one of them.
No, I'm not saying that, but I don't. It's not a terrible movie. Like the type of movie you're talking about is like the original Mortal Kombat.
Oh my god.
That
No, no, no,
movie's
no.
awful,
Okay.
but I
So
love it.
if
That's the what we're talking. True Lies doesn't fall in that category.
I would never do that to True Lies.
True Lies is actually a really solid action movie.
I would
Like
give True
I,
Lies
I
like
don't.
a strong 6.
I would give it a very strong 7.5. Yeah, like
Because
I
it's an
would.
action movie, but it is still, and I know we got off track, y'all. I'm sorry. But actually we talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is
We're
the
talking about
original.
Arnold Schwarzenegger
So
movies, which is Running Man. The original Running Man is an Arnold Schwarzenegger
but
movie, so we ain't
that
that off topic.
True Lies was kind of goofy too.
It goofy, yes, but goofy and bad are not the same thing.
It wasn't good goofy at times though. I do think one of the better scenes. What's the guy from Aliens? It's
Bill
game over,
Paxton.
man. Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite scenes when he's driving around in the car with him and he's talking
yeah,
about his wife.
yes,
And then you just see him
yes,
like he smashed his head against the steering wheel, and then like it cuts away. He's like he's just thinking about doing it.
yeah.
Like that shit, the shit was funny as hell. Cause it's like she's got a great ass, nice tit. Like he's saying all this shit about
Bro
this
is
man wife,
wildin'.
not knowing that he knows that she's married,
Yeah,
but also he has never done anything with her. So the nigga's just lying.
the nigga's just straight capping. No, I do need to go back and rewatch True Lies though. Like
Also,
I haven't seen.
what's
I
her
haven't
name?
seen it in a little minute. Sharon Stone.
Jamie. Nope, that's not. That's Sharon Stone was in Eraser. No, Vanessa Williams was in Eraser. Sharon Stone was in Total Recall.
Total Recall. That's what I'm thinking of. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes.
Listen, little 8-year-old me shouldn't have been watching True Lies.
I know exactly what scene you're talking about too.
I
know
like,
exactly. I know exactly what scene you're talking about too.
Should I be watching this?
Because I had a similar thought when I first saw it. 'Cause I don't know how old I was when I saw it for True Lies for the first time, but definitely too young to be watching the scene we're talking about.
Gotta be.
But yeah, if I had to go ahead and give Running Man the remake a rating, I mean you could probably rate the original too since you've seen it, but just the remake, I'd probably settle in at like a 6.5. I'd probably settle at a 6.5. I enjoyed it. I thought it did a good job of conveying the message it was trying to without being too heavy-handed with it. I just think the tones in this movie kind of conflicted at certain points where they want you to sit back and have a great time. Then they also want you to be like ultra serious at certain points with like some very deep topics. And I think that they just I think those tones kind of clashed at certain points. I think a lot of the side characters were very pointless and just didn't really do much to contribute to the story. A lot of them were just there. But in the same breath, I think the ones that were very effective made the movie more enjoyable. Like all of Coleman Domingo's scenes, I was locked in. Josh Brolin like played a piece of shit excellent. Like I actually hated his character.
He's probably
in this
my
movie.
favorite character.
Yeah, like Josh Brolin did a good job of making me hate his character in this movie. Like he did his job as a villain. And then Michael Cera, and like I said, in the limited screen time he got,
Amazing.
he made the most out of it.
So
like, whereas like even though only 3 side characters really made an impact in this movie, the impact they made was enough to where like I can say they all contributed to making the movie more enjoyable. And then you had Glenn Powell, who did enough to make me go, I'm willing to give him another shot as a leading man in Hollywood and see where his career goes from here. I just think overall, this movie was just all right to me. Like, but I had a good time with it. It was cool, but I didn't walk out of this going like, oh shit. Like I had a, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was
Yeah,
just amazing.
I didn't
Yeah,
leave
like
out
I
of
had
here
a,
like I left Cecil.
yeah, like I had a decent time with it. It was cool. Shove some popcorn in my face and sit back and enjoy it. That's really kind of what this felt like. I'm settling at a 6.5 for this one. But if you are a fan of, if you are an action fan, I think this is something you could go out and enjoy pretty
I didn't like
easily.
it.
Yeah, I think this is up your alley if you're an action fan, most definitely.
Um, so before I get into that, I do want to say 2 movies this year came out, which started with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Obviously, The Running Man, but also the Predator series.
Hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. The movie I was thinking about that I'd like to see a remake of is Commando because
Okay.
it's literally nigga just killing shit. Nigga killing shit. As I'm looking at it, dude, and Predator and The Running Man came out the same year.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Go ahead, Arnold. I see you.
But he got fired, Last Action Hero, Kindergarten Cop. Um, I did not know he was in The Rundown. And you said you ain't see it, but uh enough of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I feel like I might want to watch some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies now, dog. Bring back the
Probably wouldn't be a bad
nostalgia of being
idea.
a kid. The original, it's not like I had high hopes from it. It's a movie from the fucking 80s. It's an action movie when they had action stars. I would probably give it
This is about to be a low ass rating. I can
it
feel it.
is. I'm trying not to, but I'm gonna give it a 4 or
Go
5.
ahead. You say a 4 or 5?
Uh,
Damn.
yeah.
I didn't know it
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
give
be
it a
that
4 or
low,
5.
but okay.
I wanted to be generous and say 5, but like
That's where I thought you was gonna go,
I'm
but
not I'm not rating it what it would probably would have been at the time. I'm
yeah, I
rated
got you.
as of right now, you know?
As if you're watching it now. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
And it it's a lot happening in this movie, dog. Like, um, in the second one, there's a they really set up everything that's happening. In this
Mhm,
one, it just happens. All
mhm.
right. He starts off in a helicopter, right? Then whatever happens. He's in a prison camp. They break out of prison. He only had like maybe 3 or 4 lines at this point. This 10 minutes into the fucking movie, they break out of prison. They get to somewhere. Cigar in the mouth. Nigga, where you get the cigar from? You don't even know these niggas.
Hey, bro.
you know, he pulls out random cigars, I think maybe 2 or 3 times in this movie, which
Mhm.
is fucking hilarious. Because back in the day, that was the manly thing to do. I got a big ass gun. I got me a stogie. We good.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was the prototype image for show, especially in the '80s.
and the nigga's just jacked. So when we were talking about before we started recording, we talked about stunt doubles and shit. There's a scene where he's running and it's played by a stunt double, and it's so fucking funny because he's obviously smaller than Schwarzenegger, but he also has like very flowy brown hair. And then it cuts back to Schwarzenegger, who's fucking jacked as fuck, and his hair's like matted to his head. It's just a very goofy fucking movie. Way goofier than this one was.
Yeah,
You gave it a 7.5?
I gave it a 6.5.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Woo.
Yeah, no, I come on now. Come on now. Let's
Imma give it
relax.
a I kinda wanna give it a 6.5 because I kinda wanna give it a 6 because, again, how I feel about Glen Powell. Honestly, I think it's just fatigue. I'm tired of seeing it. I think if I seen him less, I would probably be like, "Okay, it's not that bad," but there are some things he needs to work on, his fucking facial expressions when I said the same thing after I seen the, live action Snow White. She be talking, she be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Like,
like
"Is
it's
your nose
jarring,
itch?"
like it's almost
Yeah.
unsettling.
So I said
Yeah,
at times, like his angry face, he looked like he had to take a shit. Like,
it looked like
dog,
he was trying very hard.
had somebody punch this nigga in the face, something. All right. And he kind of does some things that happened in the original that Arnold did. And then even before I seen the original, I'm like, you're not built like that, dog.
Yeah,
So,
like you wasn't buying it.
it just take you out of it a little bit, because he has this very like clean, kind of like if he would have been in a Barbie movie as a kid, it would have made sense to me.
Gotcha.
100% would
You
have
know
made
what?
sense.
That yeah, yes, I'm with you.
That that makes
When I
more
see
sense than
Glenn
Ryan
Powell,
Gosling.
Yeah, when I see Glenn Powell, I view more so them the type of roles I envision more so than like a serious action hero. But like I said, he did well enough in this that
He
like I
did
said, I'm
well.
willing to give him a shot now. I'm not counting him out just yet. Even though it is kind of it does kind of feel like he's being forced into
Very
stardom a little
forced.
bit. Like he's being pushed right now for sure, being fast tracked.
Um,
But I'm not to the point where I was with the going back to the Taylor Kitsch Sam Worthington
yeah.
comparison. I'm not to the
I
point
mean,
where I
Sam
was with
Worthington
them where
still got a Avatar though, so
but if it wasn't for Avatar, what other movies have you seen Sam Worthington in
he was in
outside of Avatar 2 and about to be Avatar 3 coming up? Like if it weren't for the Avatar franchise,
he was
we wouldn't be
in
seeing Sam Worthington in big
Die
budget movies
Hard,
as much.
Live Free.
That like okay. But that movie came out like what, '09?
Probably
so
like 11. It
so you're
might have
proving
been
my
out like
point.
8 or 9.
You're proving my
Uh,
point. You're proving my
like
point.
I said, I'll give it to you, you know.
Yeah.
It's just I see him too much, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Michael Cera, for me, it's a tie between Michael Cera and Josh Brolin. It's hard for Josh Brolin not to be the lead of that because he has so much screen time, and he's a fucking he's legitimately a good actor. He's an actor that's in a lot of shit that when you see it, I'm not like I'm sick of seeing this nigga.
Yeah.
And again, Jamie Lawson.
Shout out to Jamie
I
Lawson.
mean, what else we supposed to say?
Yeah. Shout out to Jamie Lawson for sure. Oh, I think if action movies are your bag, I think you can have a really good
Yeah,
time with this.
yeah,
But yeah, that is our thoughts on The Running Man, the 2025 remake of The Running Man,
with Jamie
uh,
Lawson.
with Jamie Lawson, starring Jamie Lawson. Sorry, not with Jamie Lawson, starring Jamie Lawson. This movie is damn near about her. So if you all have seen it, let us know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Do you think it's better than the original? Did you like the original better? Please give us that discourse. We always appreciate that as film fans. Always continue to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. And until next time, this is The Real Junkies. Peace.